Hello and welcome to Wildsunne Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne and we were here for just a short time today. This is actually sort of fun. I had a stack of papers like this big that were just like tidbits of papers, and some of them were actually pretty small. And what I'm thinking about doing is doing stacked medallions, both this kind of medallion and these fancy shape medallions. So, but I needed to sort of organize everything first. So let me show you what I've been doing. I've been looking at a piece of paper. This is actually cardstock, not paper. And making a trash pile, and I'm going to put, well, that could be a big pile. So I've got this small bag of really small things, sort of medium things, and then big things. So I'm thinking I can take something from the small bag and put it on top of the medium bag, and then put that on top of the large, something from the large pile, and make a nice stacked something or other. I just have to kind of clean up the edges on a lot of these. So here's another weird shape. And that's just kind of wonky. And this has some fold marks, so I'll just cut those off. And I confess, I'm not terribly worried about these being awfully straight. I mean, straighter than this, but I figure I can fuss a little more at them later. So, like that. So I was thinking about what we could talk about that's lovely and pleasant, or even semi-thrilling. And I have been slowly gathering information about this one technique. I've got a bend in there, so I think what I'll do is just cut off the bend, and I can save the hole. All right, so now I've got this done. Anyway, so I'm just going to play putting little shapes on bigger shapes. Although, you know what I think I will do is put tiny shapes from this package, this bag, onto little shapes like that. So I'm hoping this will be sufficiently sort of right brain, so that my left brain can talk to you. I just wanted to say, when we have these stacks, my idea later is to do something like this. This is potentially the wrong color. That's just awful. Let's try this. You know, I can play with putting maybe a bigger surround, and then putting paper cuts on, and bling, and feathers. I was thinking little birds might be fun, or flowers, 3D flowers. I don't know. We'll get there. Today, we're just gluing squares on squares, but I want you to, I just thought, gosh, this looks boring. but it probably won't be by the time we get there. So anyway, the thing I was thinking about that I've been working on for a while, and actually my sister gets a lot of credit for this. This is something she told me, that when we think about something that we want, money or a particular car or a particular kind of house or a particular kind of job or a particular kind of partner, love, object. Sorry, not object. That's bad. That's terrible. One of the first ways that, in line with law of attraction, that the universe can kind of acknowledge that we're thinking about this new cool thing we want, is the universe can show it to us. And I think actually I told you about this the other day, that I've been thinking about, I really want to be in a room full of a lot of people making art. And then I was asked to help with costumes for a local ballet company for their end-of-year recital. And all the big girls had these fancy, not big girls, tall girls, teenagers, had these fancy tutus that they were making. So we were all sitting in a room sewing on costumes for an entire weekend. And I thought, oh, I get it. This is the universe telling me that they hear me. And remember last time I made a video, I talked to you about Teal Swan? Well, I went to watch her. There's this wonderful video that actually, I think I will link because it's such a cool video. See, I could sew a button or something in there. We'll have to see what happens when I get there. So I was thinking, divine though these girls are, sewing is not their first love. And I realized that I want to tweak my shout out to the universe. I don't just want to be in a room full of people who are sewing. I want this to be so much fun for the people I'm sewing with. So it's too right brain. I can't find my words. Okay. So my sister was the first one who introduced this thought concept to me. Like if you're looking around to have a loving partner, a relationship partner, and you think, everybody else has a partner except me. I'm the sad and lonely one. Well, actually, what the universe is showing you is that they hear you. Oh, you want a loving relationship. Well, do you want it to look like this? Or do you want it to look like that? Like, what if you wanted, a red sports car? So they show you a red Mustang that's vintage. And you're thinking, no, I think I'd rather go with a new car so that, I love the red and I love the sports car part, but I think I want to go with something a little bigger. So they show you a two-seater, I'm not really good at cars, but some little two-seater red thing with the top that comes down. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, I really like the convertible thing, but I have I don't know, 2 kids, and I want to take them in my sports car with me. So we need 3 seats. Or I have a husband and a kid, so we need like a place for the kid to be. Or whatever. So, yeah, you just keep tweaking and you say, well, thank you, universe. This is totally what I'm talking about. I absolutely want a relationship. And I want a relationship with somebody who's funny like this person, and somebody who's a really good dancer like that person, and somebody who loves to travel, or somebody who loves to stay home. Whatever you want. You kind of, I don't know, if you're like me, I sort of don't think about specifics until I see it, and then I go, no, I don't want to marry an ex, or I don't want to be in relationship even with an ex-football player. I don't know why. They have thick necks. I want to be in a relationship with somebody who's really good with physics, because I want to be able to have conversations about physics with, not that football players can't talk about physics, but, whatever. I'm being, all over the map here. So, yeah, it's just a way for the universe to, it's like you go to the bakery and you think, oh, I really want a cupcake. And you go to the bakery and they don't just have one kind of cupcake. They've got a whole bunch of kinds of cupcakes. And we get to choose whether we want a chocolate one or a lemon one or a vanilla one or whatever. And so this is good information to have. All right. I need a special color. I don't want it to be white. Let's have orange, because I love this color, orange. So the first thing we get to do is we get to use a bigger marker. Oh, let's use blue, because I really like blue. First thing we get to do is ask. And the second thing that's our job to do, once we've asked, just ask, just say, oh, wow, that looks really cool. I would like to have that, or to be that, or to do that. I would like to be a ballerina, or I would like to read my books in bookstores, or whatever. Okay. So first we ask, universe, I would like to have that, please. And then you can say thank you right away, because it's actually coming. Now that we've put out the call, the universe knows what to manifest for us. And so we can say thank you ahead of time. Like, Mom, can you make me a peanut butter sandwiches? Yes, I can, honey. Thanks, Mom. And the peanut butter sandwich isn't made yet, but you still say thanks. Yeah, like that. And then we watch. And this is the hilarious part. I used to sing that Janis Joplin song. Pretty sure that's who it was. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? I just used to sing it to be silly with the kids when they were little. Well, lately I've started singing Mercedes-Benz absolutely all over the place. And the universe and I have had this conversation. I actually love my Subaru, and I live in Maine, so it's really a good idea to have a Subaru in Maine, because they have all-wheel drive and you can drive in the ice. And I don't think I really need a status symbol about money or cars or anything in that way, and they are pretty expensive, and I don't really choose to spend my money in that way, but I love seeing them. And pretty much the only time I ever don't see a Mercedes, now I live on the coast of Maine. It's not like living in Fairfield County, Connecticut, or Westchester County, New York. There are rich people here. I mean, like people who are plenty wealthy enough to have Mercedes-Benz. I mean, obviously. But it's not, this part of Maine is not known for how much wealth there is, the way Fairfield County, Connecticut is. So I wouldn't expect to see a lot of Mercedes, but I see them all the time, all the time. So ask for something and then watch, and then it's just silly how often you will see people who are in love, people who have a problem with PDA, people who, like old people who are in the park and they're telling jokes with each other and holding hands, and it's really clear they've got a great relationship, and they're not 20 or anything, but they still have this great relationship. And so, yeah, just ask for stuff and then watch, and then you'll start seeing it, and it's really funny, and you can say, well, I want one from column A and one from column B and one from column C, and you can pick and choose anything you want. So we ask and we watch, and then I'm just going to say we cheer. Because the universe is showing us exactly what we just asked for. Although, so you say thank you. When people give you things you want, people give you a birthday present, you say thank you. So just do that. But then, maybe the thing the universe is showing you is the flavor of cupcake you don't think you want to eat today. You'd rather think you have chocolate with chocolate frosting and chocolate sprinkles. So if that's so and you don't see any, we still cheer. We still say, yay, universe, look at what you gave to us. And then we tweak. Can you read that? So we tweak and we say, oh, universe, you're fabulous. You just showed us a picture of exactly what I asked for. Aren't you amazing? Now I'm going to tweak it, and I'm going to say I not only want a cupcake, but I want it like super double chocolate. And if it had a Rocky Road, oh my gosh, a Rocky Road cupcake with marshmallows and walnuts and chocolate chips inside. Please and thank you very much. And then that's asking again. So then we watch again. And every time we see it, we say, yay! And it actually manifests in our life at the perfect time. And we have permission to ask, and it isn't greedy at all. It's like when somebody says, what do you want for your birthday? And you say, well, I don't know. And then you get, like, heaven knows what for your birthday. Help the people out. Let them know what you want for your birthday. I think it was my 40th birthday, I told everybody I wanted beads. It was one of the best birthdays ever. Everybody, went out and spent $5 on a little bag of beads or something from Walmart or anywhere. I didn't care. I think I got some old-fashioned beads and buttons, somebody's mother or something. And it was just endless. I got so many, and it was so much fun. And one of the quilts in my upcoming book, Infertility and the Fertility Goddess, one of the fertility goddesses has a lot of those beads in it. So it's really fun to use them in celebration of my 40th birthday, which was not yesterday, by the way. Anyway, so ask, watch, cheer, yay, universe, and tweak. Which brings us back up to the top again. And then we watch, and then we cheer, yay, universe. And just feel the happiness. Have fun. This is awesome. May you laugh and giggle when you see Mercedes-Benz or Rocky Road cupcakes or people who kiss each other on the street. Anything you want. I hope you find what you want, and you probably will. And it's really funny. The more we say, thank you for showing this to me, the more it shows up. It's hilarious. It's just so funny. So, love and good wishes to you, and a lot of noise. I will see you next time.